first, you see, the primary cause is the essence of the well-gone one. So the primary cause is the essence of the well-gone one. Say chapter 1 start now. There's 21, chapter 21. So the first chapter, Buddha nature. We need to attain unsurpassable enlightenment by freeing ourselves from the confused state of samsara. So first look at this sentence. I'm confused in the samsara. So because that I have suffering. So I need to get rid of this confusion. But is it possible for inferior person like ourselves? Like, I am so weak. My mind is very easily disturbed. As mentioned that capricious mind. So like my mind is such a capricious, cannot rest, settle. I know very little Dharma. How I can achieve enlightenment? The enlightenment is so vast, and I'm so limited. How I can achieve? No, not possible. To achieve enlightenment, even if we make the effort, even I make the effort. So why wouldn't we attain enlightenment? The answer, if we make the effort, why we will attain enlightenment? First build that mind. Now what kind of basis we have to do that is here. All sentient beings, including ourselves, already possess the primary cause for enlightenment. The essence of the well-gone one. Now that gives us complete support, courage. First, we feel I'm so inferior understanding Dharma. My practice is so poor, and my progress is very slow. And enlightenment is so immense, limitless, countless. And how I can achieve that? So we feel so kind of weak, inferior. But then we look at that. Why not? I have the seed of enlightenment. But look at like say, how big the seed of the redwood in California? Small, you know. So look at the tree. Giant, so huge tree. And from the small seed, you look at the seed, how this can grow this big tree? Not possible. Then say, this seed has every potential to grow that big tree. If I find a right place, right condition to put the seed, and it will grow. Likewise, I'm like that small seed, and Buddha is like this big giant tree. But I have all the potential. Why not I achieve enlightenment? So inspire, courage. This is the purpose of this writing here. No? It is such a great purpose, this first topic is writing. It's a little tough. sometimes a little difficult to comprehend. But basically, to acknowledge who you are, to recognize who you are, and then build the courage. So I have the seed of enlightenment. I already possess the primary cause for enlightenment, the essence of the well-gone one. So now, since this is a very hidden subject, difficult to see directly in our ordinary mind. In other words, the unenlightened mind cannot capture the enlightened mind. So we have to depend on the state or the teachings taught by Buddha, who revealed this total nature, totally. So as I said, as is stated in the King of Meditative Absorption, the Samadhi Raja Sutra is mentioned, at which the former, the Gampopa's life, Chandraparva Kumara requested that sutra. So in that text, now quoting, the essence of the well-gone one pervades all migrators. There's one sutra. There is the small Parinirvana Sutra also mentioned. All sentient beings have the essence of the thus gone one. Thus gone one means Tathagata. Tathagata means thus gone, is gone to its own place, gone as it is. Not only that, also the Sutra of the Great Parinirvana says, for example, as butter permeates milk, likewise the essence of the thus gone one pervades all sentient beings. There's a given example. The butter is permeated in the milk naturally. If you ask when butter came into being in the milk, no, as long as the milk is there, the butter is just there. Likewise, as long as sentient beings are there, the essence of the Buddha nature is there. This gives us very good picture. Then, these are the sutras, few sutras. There are many other sutras, but a few sutras here, Gampopa, quoted. Now, next is the Shastra, written by great teachers like Asanka. This is written by Maitreya, giving teachings to Asanka. And in the Ornament of Mayana Sutra, even though suchness, or as it is, suchness, as it is, naturally, purely, is not different for any beings. For example, the sky, as it is sky of this here Maryland sky, and the Virginia sky, and California sky, there's no different. Sky as it is, no different. We can say this is Maryland sky, that is Virginia sky, or California sky. Due to location. But the sky itself, there's no different. Likewise, all the sentient beings, the nature of the seed of the enlightenment is no different. Same. So no different for any beings. One is called thus gone one, when it is fully purified, see. We call Buddha because when that is all the adventitious obscurations are purified, dispelled, then we say Buddha. Therefore, all beings are of its essence. Because of all sentient beings, it has an essence. Every potential essence to achieve Buddhahood. So these are the quotations that Gampopa put, so that, as I mentioned, he's not writing this his own invention. Strictly rely on the Buddha's teaching. Now, so that you see, he goes further. It's not enough this much to understand more. See, by what reasoning can it be shown that sentient beings have Buddha nature? What kind of reason there is? No, I understand the quotations from the Buddhas. Now, how we can understand the reason? No. So, because all sentient beings are pervaded by the emptiness of Dhammakaya, see, there's one reason. Our nature is emptiness. It's not just mere empty, but it is called enlightened emptiness. It's called Dhammakaya. As I mentioned, quotation from Jiten Sumkun say, the seven taras, no? Without realizing your own essence Dhammakaya, all sentient beings wander into samsara. So that's, no? Sentient beings, if you investigate, even now, my body, the five skandhas, the five aggregates, five psychophysic aggregates. It makes sense? Five psychophysic aggregates.
Yes, psychophysical name and form.
Psychophysical aggregates.
Yeah. It's because this five skandha is a composition of the psycho and the physical, put together, the form, feeling, perception, formation, and the consciousness. If you divide this all individually, there's no one entity stands by itself. So that's the self, is emptiness. When you realize that, there's no basis for suffering. But when we are confused and hold this all together, say me, I, self-cherishing on the basis of the confusion and ignorance, then it becomes basis of suffering. See? Look at this. So this called every sentient being is that nature. Dhammakaya nature. Gampopa put emptiness as a common sense for all the Buddhists. Otherwise you can say the inseparable of the luminosity and the emptiness, which is pervaded every sentient beings. So because of that, one reason. The second, because they are not differentiated in the nature of the suchness or as it is. As I mentioned, now the sky of Maryland and Virginia are the states. The nature is not differentiated. There's no differences. So like that, then the suchness nature, the as it is nature, or in its complete nature, The sentient being's nature and the Buddha's nature is not different. It's just a matter of realization. That's the one where we are trying to understand this and practice this. So you see, we should have encouragement ourselves. You see, I have the Dharmakaya of the Buddha within me. I have the suchness nature of the Buddha within me. If I make enough effort, why not? I will achieve enlightenment. Just inspire. Then third one, and because all beings have family. The family, sometimes they translate as a lineage, family. In Tibetan, we have a called Rik, similar. So it's very similar to Buddha. Family, a lineage. So every sentient being has the lineage of family. The lineage of Buddha nature. So these are three reasons. For these three reasons, all sentient beings are of the Buddha nature. The answer past Tantra says, Uttara Tantra, by Maitreya, which in that text, as I mentioned, describes Buddha nature so detailed. But this quotation is very popular. Because the perfect form of Buddha radiates. What's the perfect form? Dharmakaya. This radiate means permeated to all the sentient beings. The Dharmakaya is pervaded to all the sentient beings. Because there are no distinctions within suchness, so as it is, by its nature, between Buddha and the sentient beings, no difference. So, first yes, sir. So that you see, Buddha saw this directly to all the sentient beings according to the Uttara Tantra. And then his sentient beings has Buddha nature, which is no different from Buddha himself. But sentient beings, because of confusion, great ignorance, suffering so immensely. And the compassion of Buddha is so powerful. And Buddha teaches, you don't have to suffer like that. You study this, practice this Dharma, follow this, and you no longer need to suffer. And gives example, Buddha gave example like suppose a very poor family, no food to eat, no clothes to wear, so desperate, the house is so poor, ready to fall down on the ground. Underneath, so supposed to be such an endless treasure is there. The geologist comes there, look at the family, and look at how much underneath there's a jewel, treasure, and they say, you don't have to suffer like that. You dig the ground. You have all the treasure there. And then the family, they work hard, dig the ground, one after another, until it gets day after day, day after day. And finally, the family reveal the treasury they have. And they're no longer so poor. They are rich. So the family are really rich right from the beginning. Their houses above that, endless treasure place. But without recognition of that, and they suffer. No food, no clothes. Like that, we have that endless treasure within us. And Buddha introduced to us, you don't have to suffer that. This is, you look at this, And then say, I am so happy. So recognition to oneself. Follow the Dharma. See? Because all are in a family or in the lineage, every sentient being has one of the family, which described. All sentient beings are always of the essence of the enlightenment. So everyone has the essence of enlightenment. Yeah, this quotation is very famous, well known. Now is here Gampopa further goes explanation. To explain the first reason, all sentient beings are pervaded by the emptiness of Dharmakaya. Now this, the different scholar will explain differently. Some say just mere emptiness. And here, when you say Dharmakaya, it's a big reason. All the Buddha's qualities are within us. Just need to reveal it. Some scholar may say, we're just empty. It's the basis to create all the Buddha's qualities. Of course, we have to have all the causes and conditions to reveal that. Like a small seed has all the potential to grow the tree, yet it has to meet all the conditions to grow the big tree. If that seed has no condition to grow all the big tree, no matter how much you try, it won't grow. So we have all the conditions of the Buddha's qualities. So look at this. Means that the ultimate Buddhahood is Dharmakaya. See? There's a Sambhokaya, Nirmanakaya, the wisdom body, Dharmakaya, Sambhokaya, the enjoyment body, Nirmanakaya, the manifestation body. But the ultimate Buddha is not Sambhokaya or Nirmanakaya, it's Dharmakaya, the wisdom body. So Dharmakaya is all pervading, it's called all pervading emptiness. Nature is emptiness. It's mentioned not just mere empty. It's called shunyata. It's all pervading. That means this emptiness has every space to have all the complete Buddha's quality. And emptiness pervades to all sentient beings. See, every sentient being has the space to become Buddha. Therefore, all sentient beings are of the Buddha nature. One reason. Now look, this is that Dharmakaya is total peace, total joy. Therefore, just look at, we can also get some understanding. In the world, there's nobody likes the suffering. Even small animals, small bugs, look at, see. Even they don't know what suffering is. But when suffering comes, physically, mentally, they always feel uncomfortable. Isn't it? No matter what kind of religion we believe, culture we have, educated, uneducated, rich or poor, suffering is never appreciated. Even there are some ruthless who create constantly suffering, but for them, they don't appreciate suffering. When there some peace, happiness comes, everyone is appreciated. Even they don't know what happiness is, but when this comes in their life, they feel joy, happiness. Because the Dharmakaya is total peace, absence of all the suffering. So when suffering comes, it contradicts our basic nature. When even afflicted happiness, peace comes, it's agree, because it's peace and happiness. Yes, what do you have?
I'm just trying to understand in my limited way. So would Dharmakaya be comparable to Nirvana? Nirvana and samsara are both emptiness.
Yes.
Okay. So is Dharmakaya, is that caused?
Cause of for what?
Does it have a cause? Is it part of the samsaric wheel then?
No.
Or is it?
Dharmakaya is emptiness. It's not a cause. It's reality nature. It's reality nature, yeah. Okay. Because of Dharmakaya, we can achieve. Because we have the cause, we can achieve the enlightenment.
Can you say that last part again?
Because of the Dharmakaya that is pervaded, if we make effort, we can realize it. Yeah.
But is it's caused? Dharmakaya is uncaused?
We could say, as mentioned, it's a primary cause. That's the primary cause, since it is pervaded. So if we make enough effort, we can capture that meaning. Then we'll say, so that's one reason. The second one, I think, saying there are no differentiation in the nature of the suchness or as it is, means that the suchness or as it is of the Buddha is identical to the suchness of the sentient beings. So Buddha's nature and the nature of the sentient beings are identical, because it's as nature. As earlier mentioned before, the nature of samsara is emptiness, the nature of the nirvana is emptiness. There's it brings here same, without any contradiction. Say none is better or worse. Buddha's suchness is not better, sentient being suchness is not worse. So there you build confidence. If I work enough, I will become Buddha. So avoid your laziness, attachment to the samsaric. So that's why you're attached to the enlightenment. Release the attachment to samsara. None is bigger or smaller. Buddha's suchness is not bigger, sentient being suchness is not smaller. None is higher or lower. Buddha is not higher, sentient being is not lower in his own nature. So because of that, sentient beings are of the Buddha nature. The third one, all beings, sentient beings have a family or lineage. Means that all sentient beings can be categorized into the 5 families of Buddha. So this all family or lineage put into together 5 families, 5 lineages. What are they? The summary, the disconnected family or lineage, the indefinite or dubious indefinite family, the hearer or Sharavaka, and solitary realizer family, or called Patika Buddha, and the last ones, the Mahayana family or lineage. These are the 5 families of the Buddha. Now first, the disconnected family or lineage, what this means. First, what does disconnected family means? It refers to those who have 6 obscurations, such as no concern for what other things. Means your behavior is against the Dharma, against the virtue. And no matter what you are doing, you have no concern for others. I don't care what other things. You create all the cause of suffering. No sin on, and then other thing. No modesty means not to think for oneself. Oh, I'm not doing good. I shouldn't create this kind of cause of suffering. No. Just for example, like say 5 precepts. I should keep the 5 precepts. If I break the 5 precepts, I get the consequences. So not concern for oneself, not concern for others. No. Compassion, no compassion. And so forth. The great Acharya Asanka said it this way. So even if they see the suffering and falls, even they see the suffering of sentient beings, they have no concern. And falls of the vicious samsara. Look at the samsara is such a great suffering, a vicious suffering. You have no concern on this. They are not moved, you see. When you see, look at some animals or anybody is suffering, there's so much, and you have no concern, not moved. Look at the suffering of the hell realm, you are not moved. Says, I don't care. No? That one. Even when they hear of the great qualities of the Buddha, they have no faith. So, Buddha's power, wisdom, compassion, benefiting all sentient beings. When you hear those, so I don't care. No any sense of kind of respect. Like say, Jesus did these wonderful things. No appreciation. No. Like this, you see, not moved. Your mind is not moved by those great qualities. They have no modesty, no thought for what others may think. It's mentioned. No. One's behavior is so bad, so no modesty. Doesn't matter, I don't care what they think. No matter, I don't care. No compassion at all. That's mentioned. Any sentient beings, they are suffering, no compassion at all. And do not experience even a single regret when they repeatedly commit non-virtuous actions. No any feeling of remorse. Continuously create the cause of suffering. No sense of this is not right. Those who maintain these 6 attributes have no chance to work towards enlightenment for the time being. For the time being, it's not saying this has to be always. They have that. For the time being, if you teach Dharma, there's no space. So it's called disconnected. So you look at this, meditate, we purify our mind as much as we can, develop compassion to others, respect to all the enlightened beings, now keep our moral conducts as possible, as much follow the path. So these are so precious to put together, see, the weakness we face. This is also explained in the Ornament of Mayana Sutra by Maitreya. There are some individual who only commit non-virtuous actions, just constantly creating non-virtue. There are some who constantly destroy positive qualities, like compassion, loving kindness, like destroying the 10 virtues. There are some who lack the virtue which leads to liberation. There's not enough virtue. For example, to hear these Dharma teachings, we have made enough good karma, good virtue in our lives somewhere, to get together, sit, listen to these teachings. This is not just coincidence. So rejoice this. Feel so happy. So it's causality, as mentioned. Everything depends on the cause. The cause that we have created. There are some who, as a virtue later. So those who have no virtue do not possess the cause of enlightenment. So when there's no cause, there's no result. So those individuals has to go through a lot of process to connect the lineage, family. So, generally, it is said that those who have these attributes, that this is like 6 attributes, 6 conditions, constitute the disconnected family. They will wander in samsara for a long time, you see. But this does not mean that they will never achieve enlightenment. So it doesn't mean they will never achieve enlightenment. They wander for a long time in the samsara. Therefore, we need such a great compassion to, develop compassion. Look at see these things through our wisdom, understanding, and then develop such a strong compassion. man, they're free from this kind of condition, attributes. Man, they connect to the enlightenment, family, lineage. So this will give us real courage, inspiration, and our interest Dharma will be stronger. And when our interest Dharma will be stronger, then our delusions can dissolve easily and purify. That's the purpose of our studying, practicing Dharma. That they will never achieve. So it's not that they will never achieve enlightenment. If you made the effort, eventually even they would achieve enlightenment. So if we make effort, no matter anybody, eventually they will achieve enlightenment. Just we need effort, our interest. See, this is one example. See, Buddha said in the White Lotus of Great Compassion Sutra, Buddha talking to Ananda. Ananda is one of his close disciples. So he's telling Ananda, saying, if a sentient beings who otherwise had no chance to achieve enlightenment, suppose anybody who has no chance to achieve enlightenment, no seed, such kind of individual would visualize the Buddha in space, and offer a flower to that image. Like here, statue here, or just image. Look at flowers on the ground, trees. Visualize Buddha in the space, make offering to Buddha. So I offer this to Buddha. Cost nothing, but some individuals who could do this, the result would bring the being to nirvana because he made a connection to Buddha. That's why it's like taking refuge in the Buddha. So I take refuge in the Buddha. We are making connection to Buddha's mind. Direct connection to Buddha. So they're taking refuge is so precious because of that. It's not a kind of our motivation to convert into Buddhist, but our motivation is to that individual to free from suffering, confusion, and to achieve enlightenment. That's the motivation we need. We need to exercise that, practice that. To nirvana. Eventually, that person would achieve enlightenment. So, for him, nirvana is attainable. So, such kind of individual, nirvana is attainable. It may take a long time, but eventually. See how, because we have Buddha nature. Our Buddha nature, when you visualize Buddha, develop devotion, makes the connection. So that connection is so powerful. It's invincible. It's invincible. Nobody can break that. So that's why we need to encourage, to study this kind of, practice this kind of teaching, and inspire, and develop confidence for oneself. Because there are a lot of people lost in the world. They feel helpless. Their suffering is so immense. They don't know what to do. No? And this is how to, if you connect. So you don't have to suffer that much. You just change your mind. No. You have every potential. You can do it. And they say, can I do this? So why not? And they're uplifted. I saw there are some people like that, They ask me, can I do this? So I say, why not? No. And they feel so relieved. So when I see some individuals, then I myself also feel so joy. Oh, I could do this. This is worthwhile doing these things. Because I went to so many different places. Here when he said, no compassion means, it doesn't mean inside there's no compassion. At the surface, because of the strong obscurations, it prevents to develop the compassion. But if they make effort, in it they have compassion. The seed of compassion. So this you need a good kind of, in the temporary way, how it is explained, in the deeper way, how it is, everyone has the qualities, abilities. So we have to have good kind of ability to share this meaning, how it is. So that's why Gampopa put there so beautifully, see. Even those individuals looks hopeless, but this says, no, it's not hopeless. Everyone has a hope, potential. Even ruthless beings. As I mentioned this story many times, when Buddha met a man who's ruthless, killing, robbing, he thought that's his kind of ability, he can do. He has no concern to others, no compassion. Even they beg him, he never give chance. When Buddha met, of course he didn't know it was Buddha, no idea. But he thought some individual, poor being there, looking at it. Now in his hand, he said, today is in my hand you are. I will kill you, rob you. Buddha exactly perceived his natural condition. Buddha said, okay, you can kill me, but before you kill me, I have some questions to ask you. So he said, what? Can you bring down the leaves from the tree? And he's showing his strength. He brought down all the leaves. And then said, what next? So then Buddha said, can you put back the leaves? And then he was paralyzed, mentally. Not prepared, So Buddha has that kind of skill, you see. And then he didn't know what to do, what to say. So between this back and forth conversation, Buddha said, you see, you have no concern to anybody, their happiness, their suffering. You're just selfishly using others to fulfill your ego attachment. But look, see how much suffering they have. should understand. So slowly, because of this Buddha's wisdom, skill, compassion, then he started understanding that. And then at the end he really felt that his life has been a source of suffering. He saw that vividly and he regretted, he remorse, and he apologized and he followed Buddha. So like that you see. There are a lot of these stories there like that. It's how Dharma can help, you see. This is what helping other peoples. Those who are confused, suffering, creating cause of suffering. Look at this. So Gampopa gives very simple quotation from Buddha. So Buddha said this, even those individuals has the potential. It takes time, but everyone has potential. This is how to helping other people. No? Looks like where time is out. It's 12, isn't it? See? How do you like?
Very much.
Good?
Very much.
You see? So this is why you have to now study, practice Dharma. This is what called Dharma. Precious. Be happy yourself. So I'm so fortunate. I'm so happy. Now I go further. Buddhism is an educational religion. You study, you practice. How to solve the problem in the mind. So modern, the 21st century, and Buddhism can go hand in hand, side by side, supporting each other. The modern technologies, science, one side, and this Buddhist philosophy, the teachings, study, practice, can go side by side to help people. So we need people like yourself. Study, practice, make a decent person, good person. Have good understanding, good conduct, moral conduct, pure. Then you can help many people. This is what now these 2 months, as I mentioned at this beginning, I hope this, as much as I can, do this. Of course, I'll make a lot of mistakes, but you can correct me. And then I can also, we can go through side by side. So something at the end, there can help something good, so will come out. So the place we have here is used in a good way. People to come, participate, share. So we have to use this place in a good way. Now this is just need to use. We established for that. Okay, shall we say some dedication prayers? Where it is now? Now I'm attached to this, my dedication prayer. It's page 32. It has a very profound meaning, vast. So also again, when we say this, first you say, take a deep breath, exhale all your attention, just relax. And through this session, whatever you got, you appreciate, you rejoice. Say, I will further go understand, study. There's a lot that I have not explained. More deeper meanings there. My explanations just such touch the surface. So just meditate. I will practice. So your deeper understanding will come from your practice. More you practice, then meaning will manifest. Okay, with this, we'll say these dedication prayers. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root and lineage lamas, in divine assemblies of Yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis and Dakinis, and dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sharavaka or Pratika Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me in mind, and those who harm misleading Maras and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor and concern for this life not arise for every moment. May my mind still be moistened by loving kindness, compassion and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with the negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity among such, and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death in the Bharto. Next page we say this. By the virtues collected the 3 times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of great Drikung Kagyu, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation and meditation until the end of samsara. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, then see you tomorrow.